Now that Samira has reposted her diss song for Old Navy and Cardi B, people are saying that she is only advocating for herself. And this was something I was talking about with the whole Skinnylicious thing, is how you have to be careful following people who only advocate for one thing when it's really only for themselves. Even when she talks about inclusivity for clothing, she only talks about the fat phobia aspect of it and not the disabled part of it, and how disabled people often have to get clothing alterations, or you have short people or disabled people in smaller body that are having to shop in kids' clothing sections because there aren't things available for their body type. And if someone is truly after inclusivity, they would be talking about everyone. But if you see somebody only talking about one group of people, they're not actually being inclusive, and it's likely a sign that they are worried about themselves and their well-being and how they wish to be able to be accommodated in society rather than everyone. And it's the same thing with the Skinnylicious menu of, oh, well, we shouldn't be equating skinny to being healthy. Well, we shouldn't be equating fat to being healthy either. And if your goal is health, then we would be talking about the things that would actually make people healthy, which is not changing the name, though that is going to make people feel better. It is going to be advocating for things like walkable cities. One thing I seen the other day in Niagara Falls was literally a free workout equipment like park. They had a whole gym just in the park, completely free to the public. That would be an amazing way to get kids and people in general to move their body for free. Advocating for less sugar and less salt, more transparency when it comes to food, teaching people nutrition and what a meal should look like, how many calories is suitable for the human body in each of your meals, so people are able to portion things out correctly. Making the standard a Skinnylicious menu, because those low calorie options should be what people are genuinely eating most of the time. Nobody should be sitting down and eating 2,000 calories for one meal because of all that salt, sugar, and fat that's in it. It's not good for anyone's heart. It's the same thing when we talk about women's rights. Are women talking about trans people? Are they including trans people? Are trans people including women when they have conversations about the ways in which society harms people through the patriarchy and misogyny? You should always be wary if somebody is not discussing all of those intersections, because they're important. It talks about the entire issue at large. You cannot talk about inclusivity and only talk about fat people. You can't talk about health and only talk about how skinny people aren't healthy. You can't talk about women's rights and not also talk about trans people. You have to talk about it all. And if you're not, you're probably only in it for you.